アンリエットが国老騎士団に連行されたっていうのは事実みたいだね。今天の瞳で見たんだ。確かに彼女は帝都に向かって護送されてる。
じゃあ
必要だったわけだしね。
でもこのままじゃ姉さんは。
悪い方に考えないようにしまし
So I have to be real with you guys. We're on episode number 10 of Banished Hero, and I'm pretty okay. I'm pretty satisfied that it's going to end soon because I think kind of since Alan had murdered his dad essentially, and who knows, I'm still going to bitch about this every week. Who knows what happened to his brother? Ever since that occurred, the show has gotten progressively worse. And this week kind of takes the cake a little bit. So I have a ton of problems with this episode. I thought this episode was horrendous. So the issue that they've presented to us is Henriette's cousin. He presents himself as his brother or her brother, but her cousin is, he's pleading with Alan and the group to please save Henriette. She got taken by the Black Wolves. She's going to be pinned for the Emperor's assassination or whatever, okay? So there's that. That's the problem. And he comes to Alan and them. They're suspicious of him because they're like, Henriette doesn't have a brother. Okay, so we're going to pause there. We're going to take a moment, and Henriette's traveling with the lady from the Black Wolves. And the Black Wolves are the Empire's knights, blah, blah, blah. And we've gone through different motions with them already. So they realize, the head of the knights realizes that, or you know what? Let me take a step back from there, okay? Because there's so many effing fucking problems. Henriette is giving herself up because she's a suspicious individual, and a lot of nobles don't like her in the secular society because of the things that she's done, okay? We're going to put a pin in that. Henriette, nobody likes to be. Boom. She's giving herself up, though, not for some better cause. She's giving herself up because the Black Knights need to pin the assassination on somebody, and that somebody now just so happens to be the random ass dude that they ran into in the streets, because they didn't really have a ton of interaction with Alan. It's not like Alan went and did some absurd, crazy thing, right? It's not like he killed somebody important to them. It's not like he was already like on the wanted list. He just happened to run into them on the streets. They're like, that's the guy. It could be anybody, but that's the guy. We're going to pin everything on this guy. Ugh. And they decided to do that. And so much to follow him and do whatever else. And to save Alan, the hero, who doesn't really need saving, by the way. But anyways, to save Alan, Henriette's going to self-sacrifice herself to say, hey, that random guy, don't do anything with him. Take me instead. Okay, so that's the first issue of contention with this whole freaking dumbass storyline. So Henriette's sacrificing herself to the Black Knights, to the Empire, to be the assassination person. Even though whoever actually did the assassination, they're out there somewhere. But they don't care about that. They need to pin it on somebody. So that somebody was going to be the random dude in the streets because, he had a little bravado or whatever. So that's the first issue of content. Second issue is then you have the Black Knights, and the Black Knight leader literally knows Henriette had nothing to do with it, but the leader is like, well, you shouldn't have pissed off the nobles. You shouldn't have been so righteous. You shouldn't have been so smart. And I'm just like, are you freaking kidding me? So they know, the people, the Black Knight people, they know that Henriette, even though they're treating her like she killed their family and their dog, they're treating her that way, and saying, no, I have to keep my eye on you. You can't get away from me, even though she knows and they know that she didn't do it. Okay, so let's put a pin in that. So that's the second problem. The third one is, but they're still looking for Alan, and they're looking for 6 suspicious individuals. So they're still looking for them, even though they have the person they're going to pin this on. So why are you looking for these guys then? Right? They're looking for that because they were suspicious. So they're going to take Henriette as the sacrificial lamb, but they still want the people that they're sacrificing for. Okay. So those are 3 garbage plot line things. Then we're going to take one more thing. So then we have the cousin dude, right? He's like, Alan, save him, my cousin. And we get his backstory. His backstory, fine, you know, he was a boohoo kid and he stalks his cousin. Weirdo behavior, whatever. We're not going to judge. That's not my problem. The problem is we've established Alan, OP, Alan, out of this world, literally. Alan able to do whatever. Bro can fly if he wants to, okay? Alan also uses his eye. He goes, and he uses his eyeball. And he's like, oh, I actually see Henriette. She's actually with the Black Knight. They're totally fine. So he can see them. He can see them. He can see her at any time. But yet they're out there gathering info on where they're at and all this other stuff. And the cousin is still concerned. Like at some point they get to the city and they're like, oh, we got to hurry up because Henriette could be miles away. No, they're actually right here. But in no way, shape, or form does Alan go like, oh, you know that eyeball I used 5 minutes ago, you know, to tell you that she's okay. Let me just use that again now. You know, beep, 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 beep. You know, let me just tell you if she's okay or not, because I can see them whenever I want, apparently. But he doesn't do that. He just goes, well, I hope it hurt. Let's go with the guild, huh? And then on top of everything else, all the other people in the party, the princess, the Amazon, the elf girl, they're all worthless, by the way, because they get caught up at the end of the episode by the guy that they already beat. They get caught again. So that's a whole nother ball game. But he could literally just be like, hey, you guys travel. I'll go fly. And I'll just go like whatever he's going to do later on, you know, like their only option at this point is just go get her. Like, just, you know, beat the shit out of the Black Knight people and just break her loose. That seemingly is going to be the only option if she's the scapegoat already. So it's like, it's either you go get her or something else is going to happen. But let's just say it is go get her. The only thing we're waiting for is getting her as a group. Because what else is gonna happen? The cousin gets there and he word slices them. He uses his words to get her out. It's not gonna happen. So obviously Al's gonna have to break. He's gonna have to fight the Black Knights and get her. So just go do that. You know, be like, hey, you guys go get in the little wishy-washy card. Get in the little, you know, I'm gonna go. And he could just go pew and beam over there like Superman, and just beat all of them up and just take her away. So it's like, well, what are we even watching this for? You know, like, I don't know. And then, you know, obviously then we have the end of the episode where the dude who got his teeth kicked in the forest, he's back again. Because he thinks this time he's like one of those bad not even anime, but just cartoon villains. He's like, I'm gonna get him this time. Or like T-Rocket, like, we're blasting off again. It's like, no shit, you just leave Pikachu alone. It's like, you know, oh my gosh. Maybe I'm being too harsh. I don't know. You guys let me know what you guys feel. But like, I know this show is bad, okay? But it's had some really high highs. It's had some really cool, funny ass moments. And I'm telling you, prior to the dad killing stuff, it was decent. It wasn't like, you know, again, it wasn't, you know, winning any anime awards, you know, but it was a decent watch. But I feel like, I don't know. Anyway, I was going to stop there. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. I can't wait to read whatever you guys are going to say in the comments. I'm very excited for it. Maybe you don't agree with anything I said, which is cool. I'll see you guys next week. Peace.